Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. This time I'm going to show you how to defeat the Golden Hippopotamus boss at the Shadow Keep main gate. This is the first boss of Shadow Keep, and it's very annoying. I'm using the Gargoyle's Heavy Greatsword plus 25 for this fight, as well as a plus 25 Brass Shield. The rest of the build kinda doesn't matter, and the reason that I say that is because I really disliked this fight. I found it very difficult just to manage because the camera was constantly flipping out, and this boss moves a lot. It's constantly shuffling around, it's constantly kind of jumping around, and the camera just does not know what to do with it, especially when you're in a tight corner. So for this fight, I recommend not using lock-on as much as possible. Feel free to use it if you're comfortable with it, but I found that it actually made it worse. The only times that I really used lock-on was to try to recenter the camera on the boss. Other than that, I kind of went without it. Tried maybe 20 times using lock-on, and it just wasn't really helping me at all. And then I detached, and I managed to kill it in just a couple attempts. So, I will warn you, this boss fight for me is pretty sloppy, but I'll do my best to help you out, because that's what I'm here for. The boss has a lot of delayed physical attacks, and then when you get it to about 60% HP, it will start using Crucible magic or Crucible incantations to improve those attacks, but they're basically the same exact thing, just with a bit more damage and something extended on them. That grab is incredibly hard to dodge because you can't actually see the boss's bottom jaw sometimes because it's going under the floor, making it really difficult to judge when the grab is actually going to happen. If you are ever close to the boss, either on the left or the right side, pay very close attention to its mouth. Whenever it sort of opens its mouth and roars a bit, a physical attack is coming. When you see it push its head into the ground, that means that a delayed swing attack is coming. So don't panic roll right away. Wait for the head to actually move toward you. So like I said, when you get the boss down to about 60-70% HP, it will begin using Crucible magic. So be on the lookout for these porcupine needles that are really quite devastating. When the boss slams down, it will rain porcupine needles, and then you have to either pick a direction and run, or if you're stuck in a corner like I was, do your best to roll at a steady pace, and then you should be able to dodge most of it. Luckily, one needle is not going to one-shot you. One needle doesn't do an absolute ton of damage, maybe 10-50% HP at 60 vigor, but getting hit with a bunch of them in a row will cause you some problems. So like I said, in Phase 2, a lot of the boss's attacks are extended. It will start hitting twice instead of once in some circumstances. So don't assume that everything is the same except for the porcupine needles. Pay very close attention to the boss's mouth. Again, when it's opening its mouth, chances are it's going to attack just like that. It has a snap. It can follow up its attacks with Crucible magic, so you gotta always pay attention to when it's glowing. Whenever it's glowing, it can do 1 of 3 attacks. This slam, it will actually slam down and then rotate. You want to roll during the rotation to avoid the needles. The boss can also jump up in the air, and very similar to the Falling Star beasts, it can dive, and then it'll begin to arc to the left. So when the boss is diving, you want to roll to the right very late, and then you'll be able to dodge everything. So the boss has a double slam there. That is pretty difficult to judge, especially if you are directly underneath the boss. But that's the boss fight. So for the 3 Crucible attacks, when it leaps up and stays hanging in the air, it's going to dive towards you and begin arcing to the left, so you want to roll to the right. For its big slam, as soon as it hits the ground, the needles will shoot up and then rain down, so you want to pick a direction and run in it, or do your best to roll at a steady timing, and you should be able to dodge them. And then for the other slam, it will slam down really quick and then rotate, and the needles will shoot directly towards you. You can roll through them. This is a really difficult fight, made more difficult by the camera. So again, I don't recommend using lock-on. For me, that was easier to just keep things rotating, and it kept me out of trouble in situations where a locked camera would just kind of force me to move into a corner and ultimately die. So I do hope this guide has been helpful to you. Not a huge fan of this boss. I never felt in control, but I did want to give some tips as best I could. That's it. All right, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the join button below this video. You can also leave a super thanks by clicking the heart icon below this video. Don't forget to join my community Discord. The link for that is in the description below. As always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.